From chilling disappearances to terrifying paranormal encounters, the United States has its fair share of real-life horror stories. Here are the top 5 scary real stories that remain unexplained to this day. Number 5. The disappearance of the Sodder children on Christmas Eve, 1945. A devastating fire engulfed the home of the Sodder family in Fayetteville, West Virginia. George and Jenny Sodder, along with 4 of their children, managed to escape. However, 5 of their children, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, were presumed dead in the fire. Yet, as the smoke cleared, an unsettling discovery was made. There were no bones, no remains, nothing to suggest that the children had perished in the flames. The Sodders grew suspicious. The fire had burned too quickly, the phone lines had been cut, and a strange man had been seen tampering with their fuse box earlier that day. Mysterious phone calls and alleged sightings of their missing children in different states deepened the mystery. Even a photograph surfaced decades later, sent anonymously to the family, depicting a young man resembling one of their missing sons. Despite multiple investigations, no concrete answers were ever found. Were the children kidnapped? Was this an elaborate cover-up? The case remains one of America's most haunting unsolved mysteries. Number 4. The vanishing of David Lang. In 1880, a Tennessee farmer named David Lang was walking across his field, within view of his wife and children, when he suddenly vanished right before their eyes. His family and a visiting neighbor rushed to the spot, but he was gone. There was no trace of him, no hole in the ground, and no signs of foul play. His disappearance became one of the earliest recorded cases of someone seemingly vanishing into thin air. Over time, eerie events began occurring at the site. People claimed to hear David's voice faintly calling for help, as if from another dimension. Some theories suggest that he was the victim of a time slip or an interdimensional rift. Others believe the story is merely folklore, as no official records confirm David Lang's existence. Still, believers argue that the case is eerily similar to other unexplained disappearances that have baffled experts for centuries. Number 3. The haunting of the Bell Witch. The Bell family of Adams, Tennessee, experienced one of the most terrifying hauntings in American history. It all began in the early 1800s when John Bell, the family patriarch, encountered a strange animal with the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit on his farm. Soon after, disturbing events unfolded: strange knocking sounds, objects moving on their own, and an unseen entity speaking in eerie whispers. The entity became known as the Bell Witch and seemed to have a personal vendetta against John Bell and his daughter, Betsy. It tormented them relentlessly, pinching, slapping, and even choking them in their sleep. The spirit claimed to be the ghost of a neighbor, Kate Batts, who had sworn revenge against the Bell family. What makes this case even more chilling is that President Andrew Jackson, after hearing about the hauntings, visited the Bell farm. According to legend, his entourage was so terrified by the entity that they fled overnight. John Bell later died under mysterious circumstances, with the Bell Witch taking credit for his death. The haunting remains one of the most well-documented and terrifying ghost stories in American folklore. Number 2. The Dyatlov Pass of America. The Yuba County Five, often compared to Russia's Dyatlov Pass incident. The case of the Yuba County Five is one of the strangest and most unsettling disappearances in the U.S. In February 1978, 5 men, Jack Madruga, Bill Sterling, Ted Weiher, Jack Hoot, and Gary Mathias, attended a basketball game in California. They never made it home. Their abandoned car was found deep in the Plumas National Forest, far off their intended route. Strangely, the vehicle was in perfect condition, with plenty of gas in the tank. Months later, searchers discovered their remains scattered across the wilderness. One of the men, Ted Weiher, was found inside a trailer, having survived for weeks before starving to death despite food being available inside the cabin. His shoes were missing, and someone had wrapped his body in sheets. The other men's bodies were found in bizarre conditions, some partially clothed, others with inexplicable injuries. The strangest part, Gary Mathias was never found. To this day, no one knows what happened that night. Did they flee something terrifying? Were they chased? Theories range from an accidental detour gone wrong to foul play, or even something more sinister. Number 1. The mysterious death of Elisa Lam. One of the most chilling and well-documented modern mysteries is the bizarre case of Elisa Lam. In 2013, Elisa, a 21-year-old student, was staying at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. The hotel itself had a notorious reputation, having been home to serial killers and a hotspot for tragic deaths. Elisa was last seen on CCTV footage in an elevator, behaving erratically, pressing multiple buttons, peeking out nervously, and seemingly talking to someone unseen. Days later, her body was found floating inside a rooftop water tank after guests complained about low water pressure and an odd taste. The tank was locked, with no easy way for her to enter. Authorities ruled it an accidental drowning, but theories of paranormal involvement, psychological distress, or even a sinister presence within the hotel persist. The case inspired multiple documentaries and remains a haunting enigma. These real-life mysteries continue to baffle experts and terrify those who hear about them. What do you think? Are they simply coincidences, or is there something truly supernatural at work? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.